Good morning, traders. Hey guys, I do apologize. I didn't get you. I didn't dance. My webcam's not working right now. I'm like, what's going on? My computer is bugging out big time today, guys. My computer is bugging out big time. I think I need to go buy a new computer, which kind of stinks. But hold on, team. Give me 1 second. We're going early. We got 2 minutes for me to screw up, I guess. But my whole computer's been spazzing out today. My USB ports, guys, have been spazzing out. My webcam is not working. My keyboard hasn't been working. I think my computer's falling apart, guys. Oh, man, that's no good. I'll build you a new one. I'm thinking about building one, but I might need one, like, right now. Like, right now. And I might get, like, a laptop. If I can run everything off a laptop, a gaming computer, and I can take it with me wherever I go, that would be absolutely amazing. So give me 1 second. Let me see if I can't get everything up and running real quick. If not, I guess there'll be no webcam today. Hey, there we go. And all right, hold on. All right, we gotta go back to it. My beach ball is this big around. Have you seen it? I think it went that way. I think it maybe went that way. You guys seen it? What's going on? How we all doing today? Happy Money Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. I hope you guys had an awesome evening, and I hope you guys are fired up for an awesome day today. Wanted to jump on a little bit early, but again, some technical difficulties over here, guys. So anyway, my apologies for that. We are all set, ready to rock and ready to roll, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, good morning. Happy Money Tuesday. How we doing? Hit me with that big old good morning. Hit me with that big old good morning. Dougie Wade, you ain't right. Hey, we all know that. Dougie's like, who is this guy? Right, Josh? Oh, man, his weirdness gets me all set, ready to rock and roll. What's up, guys? Rebecca, Dougie, Wade, Texas, Steve, Corey, Colin, Jason, good morning. Not the stock. I love it. Angel, Jakey Lakey, we got those dance moves going on up in the house. I know you guys are dancing with me. Chris, Tim, everybody inside the chat, good morning, and how are we doing? Man, I'm excited to be here, team. I'm fired up, and I'm ready to go. How we doing over on YouTube today? John, DBDB. Guys, Ed, the man, the myth, the legend. John, how we all doing today? John's fired up to lock in some profits. Ed's in the house. DBDB, everybody inside the chat as well. Skylar, how we doing, boss? Happy to have you back, sir. Happy to have you back. So, team, we're going to do something a little bit different today, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to dive right into it, and we're going to leave about 20 minutes, 15 minutes to review your stocks, okay? Fed meeting today, tomorrow. I would expect the markets to be a little bit on the slower side. I'm not saying there's no opportunity, I'm saying things may be a little choppier, things may be a little slower than what we've seen the last, week and a half, as traders and investors are more or less sitting on the sidelines waiting to hear the outcome and waiting for the conclusion of the Fed meeting. So keep that in mind. Today, tomorrow, we do have our Fed meeting. We will be concluding tomorrow, and we'll kind of see what Mr. Powell has to say and how that's going to affect the market. So we're obviously going to be watching the SPY. The SPY right now is back down to 433. That is about $7 of a gap down from yesterday. The Qs down as well, pretty substantially, about $7 also. And we're still going to be watching those top stocks that we watch every single day. Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Disney. Home Depot had a pretty good day yesterday. We'll have to see how Home Depot sets up. But again, those same stocks that we were watching yesterday, the stocks that had that great opportunity for us, we'll be watching those stocks once again. And kind of the same thing with pennies, guys, right? We're not really seeing a hot penny market. Okay, we had SRRA from around 16 to around $30, dumping all the way back down. APM this morning from around $2 to $4.39, dumping all the way back down. That's what we've been seeing with penny stocks. Anytime we see a penny stock get some news, get some action, what happens? It spikes and it usually fades on back down. It's been very, very challenging, team, okay, to identify the top stock of the day in pre-market. Normally, we crush it. Normally, we come in and we know exactly those top 2 to 3 stocks, and we're normally 80 to 90% of the time hitting it on the head, nailing those top stocks, hitting our targets. We haven't been able to do that the past week and a half because there's been a little bit of inconsistency, more choppiness. A lot of these top gaining stocks are fading and falling, and normally it's a prior day mover that gets action. It's a random stock. So what have we been doing the past week and a half, team? We have been watching our halt and resume scanner the first 15 minutes of the day, right? The high of the day momentum scanner, the breakout scanner. I know I love coming in and spending 30 minutes and doing our pre-market stock selection because it's so educational as far as how we build stocks, keywords and press releases, talking about volume and relative volume and float and what it means. It's very educational to take that 30 minutes to do our pre-market stock selection, and it's also very rewarding to identify the top stocks of the day. But yesterday and today, it's very, very challenging to sit here and try to identify what stock we think is going to do the best because we have not seen these pre-market movers really hold on up. So what we're going to do, team, we're going to watch those scanners, and we're going to go ahead and see what stocks get the volume, get the attention. We'll dive into those charts. We'll get prepared. We will do our due diligence, and if there's an opportunity, we will take advantage of that opportunity. We will make that trade. We will lock in profits. But right now in pre-market, team, it is a little challenging to try to get an edge on what stock we think is going to do the best today. So for those of you inside a chat, maybe you guys are over on YouTube as well, you can head over to alphadaytrading.com. If you go up to the Trading Education Center, go to Morning Stock Newsletter. Right, so right here, Money Tuesday, January 25th. Good morning, team, and happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the best trading chat room in the world. You guys make it the best, and you know you do. I hope you guys had an awesome evening and that you are ready to rock and roll on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We had an amazing day in the market and inside the chat yesterday, crushing Disney, crushing the SPY. Overall, just an absolutely amazing day here inside of chat. And we saw some big time profits, and we saw some discipline and patience across the board. So keep up the good work. Keep that momentum going, team. And let's see our biggest month yet. And most importantly, let's end the month profitable. We have officially 5 trading days to go. The last thing I want to see you guys doing is being aggressive in this choppy market, chasing stocks, not being patient, and rushing in the trades and pulling the trigger too early. I don't want to see you guys doing that and giving back the profits you've worked so hard for the month of January. So if that means we're sitting back on our hands and we're sitting on the sidelines, guess what we're not doing? We're not giving our profits back if there's no opportunity, guys. That could be today. That could be tomorrow. But hey, maybe Friday's a hot day. Maybe Monday is a hot day to where we make some big time profits. We can't expect to trade every single day if the market's not giving us what we need to be successful to be profitable. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Sometimes the best trade is no trade. And right now, I'm really applying that as, hey, I may sit back and not take any trades today. Okay, so you can dive over to the morning newsletter for today. Every single stock with news. You have CAAS, NXPL, SLI, SRRA, CKPT, TRQ, CBIO. Check out our morning gappers, down gappers, large cap up gappers, prior day movers, and earnings this week. We are watching earnings. That's going to be Microsoft tonight. I'm going to be here. I want to see Microsoft earnings. Why? I have a thesis, right? Not really a thesis, but I want to see what Microsoft does, because I think that could set the tone for some of these other earnings that are coming out. Maybe, Intel earnings, maybe next week when we get more earnings. So I kind of want to see, again, every company's different. So just because Microsoft beats and it shoots doesn't mean Intel is, but I want to kind of get an idea with some of these earnings early this week to see if maybe there's, that's setting the tone for what we can expect with some of these other earnings reports as well. So again, if we just look bad with earnings, Microsoft, Tesla, Intel, Apple, and earnings are bad, guys, that's going to hurt the market big time, along with maybe Fed Powell. I said foul. Fed Powell. I mushed my words together. Saying something that investors and traders don't like, causing more room to the downside in the market. But the way I look at it, guys, is especially with Apple, okay, we're going to be reporting earnings based on last quarter. We just got through the holidays. A lot of people spending money. Apple could show some good earnings based on all of the spending that was taking place in Q4. That's the earnings they're reporting. Q4 earnings they're reporting here in Q1. So we'll have to just kind of see what these earnings look like and obviously how it's going to impact the market. But what we could say is if all these earnings are pretty good, and we see some positivity around these earnings, that could help start propping the market back up, and we could start to see a nice little rebound based on some of these earnings this week, especially Tesla, Intel, Microsoft, and Apple. We see some bad earnings and we see some negative reaction from traders and investors. We definitely have some more room to the downside. All right. And we have a lot of earnings coming up next week as well. So again, earnings this week. Tonight, we have Microsoft. Okay, team. So we're going to be watching SRRA. Now, I'm watching SRRA back above $24. Okay, so we have $24 daily resistance on SRRA. We can see here that in pre-market, we came down and we tried to hold this level. But when we cracked it, old support turned in the new resistance. It faded all the way down to around $20. We want to keep SRRA on watch above 24. Over 24, the stock has room back to 26, 28, and then high of day. Pre-market highs, $29.99. Okay, now if we can ever break over that, I looked at the daily chart, we have a lot of room to $41.97. So there's a lot of room to the upside on SRRA. And SRRA had some pretty good news. SRRA achieved statistically significant benefits on symptoms, anemia, and splenic size of the pivotal momentum study for myelofibrosis. I can't even say that big word, right? Achieved statistically significant benefits from their pivotal study. Okay, so we do want to watch SRRA. Low float, good volume, active stock. This is the number one penny stock I am watching. There's a lot of room to the upside. The stock could rip. The stock could run. It's already at 55%, trading good volume, under 7 million in float, with a good press release as well. Over $24, this looks good. Back up to pre-market highs of $29.99. Again, APN have some news. There's nothing happening with APM. We go look at some other stocks that had some news as well, and they're actually fading on down. They're actually dropping down the leaderboard now, right? We had CKPT with some news. But what's CKPT doing right now? Not a whole lot, right? We had SLI with some news. What's that doing? Nothing. CAAS with some news. What's it doing? Nothing. Across the board, guys. The one stock that you guys should be watching out of the gate, SRRA. Other than that, watch the high today momentum scanner, the breakout scanner, and let's see what other stocks start moving. Let's see what stocks start getting that attention, and maybe we have some opportunity. We are going to be watching EXTN as well today, team. This was one of yesterday's movers in pre-market. Didn't really do a lot yesterday. I still do want to keep this on watch for a break back above 5. We have room to 529 and then 596. Another prior day mover that we are watching today, team, just to see if it gets some volume and see if it gets some action, okay? SBEV, back above $3.93 to $4. We have some room back up towards around $4.34 and then $5 here on SBEV, another prior day mover that we will be watching. BBIG, I'm watching BBIG today back above $3.10. If we can break and hold 310, I think we have some great room back up towards around 360 and then 390 to $4, maybe even to that 200-day moving average. Again, we just need some volume, but it is on watch to see if traders start moving into this stock, okay? DWAC, another stock that I want to keep on watch today. Why? I want to keep the stock on watch above the 20 EMA. The 20 EMA is right there around $65. So DWAC above $65. I want to keep it on watch. We have room to potentially fill this gap on the daily chart back up towards around 71.47 here on DWAC. Another stock, prior day mover, that I want to keep on watch as we had a decent little close yesterday. Same thing with BBIG. Decent little close yesterday, but again, we have some key levels we need to wait to make sure they're staying above, such as DWAC. Okay? Same thing with BBIG. We need to see this breaking and holding above $3.10, and then we have some potential to the upside. And again, if the markets are just absolutely dumping, they're volatile, you don't want to trade options, you don't have the account to actually physically take shares on the SPY or the Qs, you can look at inverse ETFs. Okay, so we have SPXS. It's a very popular inverse ETF. UVXY, VXX, 3 very popular inverse ETFs. Now, what's an inverse ETF? When the stock market goes up, like the SPY moves to the upside, the inverse ETFs will move down. Okay, you have inverse ETFs for everything. So I just want to make sure you know that. There's an inverse ETF for everything. Not for everything, but for more than just the SPY, more than just the indexes that we're talking about, the SPY and the Qs. So we're really reflecting the SPY here, the S&P 500. So these are going to be the top 3 inverse ETFs against the S&P 500. Okay, so when the S&P is ripping to the upside, these inverse ETFs will be falling. When the SPY, the S&P 500, is dumping, these inverse ETFs will be moving to the upside. Okay, so it does the opposite of what the SPY is doing. So again, I just wanted to be clear that there are inverse ETFs for so many things, right? But again, these are going to be directly related to the broader market. When we're looking at the SPY and the Qs, if those are dumping, these inverse ETFs will be moving to the upside, and these are the most popular, okay? SPY, let's talk about it real quick. SPY, we have a lot of that resistance from yesterday, 432.89. Above 432.89, we have room back up towards around 437, and then potentially retesting, or not retesting, but testing that 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average right now is 441.97. Okay, so right now we have some support because we're above 432.89, just barely about 10 cents. We would have some room to 437.89 and then possibly to test that 200-day moving average, this red line on my chart, 441.89. Now, if we fall back below this 432.89 and we see that it's resistance, okay, we have room down to yesterday's support, 426.12, and then next target would be yesterday's low, right around 420.76 here on the SPY. These are our levels. This is all we've been doing the last few weeks. Coming in, marking up our levels, getting prepared, and waiting for an opportunity to present itself. And then we simply react. We've been making some nice, big-time, consistent profits by keeping it this simple. Not predicting where we're going out of the gate, not predicting where we're closing. Waiting for something to set up. Oh, that's a good trade. That's a great strategy. 80-20 odds. Let's go. Let's take the trade. Let's make some money. Don't try and predict anything. Simplify the process. Let's get prepared like we are, and let's be patient and wait for that opportunity to present itself. The Qs, right? The Qs would have some room back down towards around 430.43. Right now on the Qs, it's a little bit not challenging, but it's not as easy to really gauge those levels. here on the Qs. Okay, so right now I know we have resistance back up towards around 351.43, and it's going to be the candle close of Friday. And then we're looking at yesterday's highs as resistance here on the Qs. That's going to be right around 353.70. And then if we break over that level, let's say we have a great day to the upside, right? And we have a lot of buying. We could see this all the way back up towards around 360 here on the Qs. But right now, we do have some room down towards around 340. Below 340, we have room down to yesterday's lows of 334.15. Right now, resistance right around 351.43. Above that level, you have room to 353.70. And then above that level, potentially back up towards around that 360 level there on the Qs. Okay, so again, we know what penny stocks we're watching. SRRA, right? The number one penny stock out of the gate. We have some prior day movers, some back burner stocks, just looking to see if they get some volume. That's EXTN, one of yesterday's pre-market movers. SBEV, prior day mover. BBIG, DWAC, prior day movers that have had some action the past week or two. Okay, and then some inverse ETFs. If you see the markets dumping, you could look to go long on an inverse ETF, as these will go up when the markets are dumping. And again, we're really putting a lot of our focus today out of the gates when it comes to these larger priced stocks. Okay, we're gonna be looking at the SPY, and we're gonna be looking at the Qs. Now, I said I wanted to leave about 15 minutes to really talk about some stocks you guys are looking at. I don't want to just sit here and waste our 30 minutes talking about stocks that may not do anything at all. And the reason I'm saying that is because we've seen that play on out. A lot of these stocks just haven't been doing anything at all. I want to take the next 12 minutes to focus on you guys. Stocks that you're watching today, stocks that you want me to take a look at. Type those up here inside a chat and let me know what you guys are thinking for the day. I'm going to go ahead and cast a vote, right? What stocks do you think will do the best today? Okay, do you think it's going to be SRRA? Do you think it's going to be SBEV? Do you think the top stock of the day is going to be BBIG? Do you think it's going to be the SPY, the Qs? Do you think it's going to be DWAC? Right? Do you think it's going to be DWAC, or do you think it's going to be something else? So again, here inside the chat team, new poll is live down here at the bottom. What stock do you think will do the best today? Go ahead and cast your vote. Let's see what the chat is thinking. And right now we have SRRA. I'm personally looking at the SPY and the Qs today. And then right now, other. So go ahead and cast those votes. Right now, what do we got? 27% of chat saying SRRA. 27% of chat saying the SPY and the Qs. We'll come back to these here in a moment. See what you guys are thinking. Let me go ahead and take a look at some of your stocks, guys. Basic levels for NVIDIA today. Yes, I already marked this up in pre-market because, Corey, I am taking a peek at this. So support right now is going to be back down towards around 220.56, right off that 200-day moving average. Okay, it's 220.80, but we have some support yesterday at 220.56. Support, 200-day moving average here on NVIDIA. Resistance right now, got a couple levels. One level is going to be yesterday's highs, okay, and that's going to be right around 229. And then we're going to be looking at that post-market high up towards around 234.54, and that's a strong level. Look at all that support from Thursday night, Friday morning of last week. Look at yesterday's resistance in pre-market. Look at post-market resistance. Very strong resistance, 234.54 NVIDIA. Support right now, 200-day moving average. If we see NVIDIA cracking, fading, falling, and it's not a good day to the long side, we have room back down to yesterday's lows of 208.88. So again, right now, team, what are you guys thinking inside of chat? Pretty close to what I have marked up already as well. Just wanted confirmation. I love it. Applying some of that. What? that support and resistance lesson from yesterday. And that's another thing, guys. We just uploaded a crap ton of those new lessons. I promised you once we had the updates, we were going to be updating the video lessons library. Check it out. We have over 20 new lessons that we just uploaded to the video lessons library. RSI, manage your risk with options, identifying your edge, last week's option lesson, 2-to-1 risk reward lesson, 3 short strategies, trade plans, identifying price targets, sectors, trend lines, investment vehicles, win rate lesson, candlesticks, control your emotions, being disciplined, dip buys for, oh my gosh, it goes on and on and on. We uploaded a lot of lessons last night, guys. Over 20 brand new lessons inside of the video lessons library. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're spending that time today inside the video lessons library, okay? If you guys are bored, you're not seeing any trades, they're not in the playlists yet, but you can go ahead and scan through them here. You can search for anything you want. You want to watch a red to green move lesson, go ahead and type in red to green move lesson. You want to watch a trend line lesson, okay? Go type in trend and go find our trend line lessons, guys. Go ahead and get prepared, study up, make it happen. CFVI, let's go check it out. Mr. Trading Hunter, CFVI. Look at that bounce yesterday. That was a very nice bounce off the 50. Back here in December, came down to that 50 SMA. Nice multi-week bounce. Yesterday, coming down to the 50 SMA. Nice bounce. That's actually a really nice bounce, Hunter. So right here, I'd be looking for CFVI over 12. CFVI over yesterday's highs, over that 20 EMA. I think we still see this move up a little bit. Simply because last time we bounced off the 50, we had a multi-week move to the upside. We came down, bounced off the 50 SMA, nice little increase in volume, watching the stock over that 20 EMA as well as breaking over yesterday's highs. I think we have some decent room to the upside. Where to? We have the downtrend. We have this downtrend. So if that happens today, I would say 13 to 1310 as a level of potential resistance, being this daily downtrend on CFVI. That could potentially be $1 to $1.10 of reward with very little risk if we see CFVI breaking and holding that $12 level. Let's keep this one on watch. I do like it. CFVI. A little bit of a back burner play there. Let's see if this one sets on up. Back inside of chat. Let's see what you guys are thinking as far as the poll goes for the day. One is it? So you guys are saying 29% SRRA, 35% of chat saying the SPY and the Qs, and the other 35% of chat saying something else. So we'll be watching SRRA. I'll be watching CFVI. We'll definitely be watching the SPY. We'll definitely be watching the Qs, ladies and gentlemen. How's SOFI? We got about 4 minutes to go. SOFI, I like it long term. I like it long term. They have earnings coming on up. You can see we have some support there on SOFI back down towards around 12. Got to break over Friday's lows. Friday's lows. That's going to be about 1383, then 14 before we see some more volume move in here to SOFI. Right now, SOFI, you got a little bit of this downtrend here in pre-market. Are off one of yesterday's levels of support here on SOFI. So SOFI had a nice little bounce play yesterday at like 1250-ish. You can see here that we're coming down into that 1250 level in pre-market. We have this very nice established downtrend as well. So looking for a break of this downtrend, we have room back to 13 and potentially back up to 1332 and then back up to 1383 potentially today here on SOFI with support back down off yesterday's lows and then $12. All right, team. So we have 3 minutes until that bell. Let me go ahead and get my broker open real quick, just in case we have some opportunity. I want to go ahead and get logged in. Again, if I come into the pre-market and I'm not seeing anything that I like, out of sight, out of mind, guys. Literally, out of sight, out of mind. I don't even open my broker if I don't see any opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and open it on up, get ready for the day. We're all set, ready to rock. We're all set, ready to roll. Okay, we got about 2 minutes to go. Final questions, final stocks. You guys want me to take a look at? Splash Beverage Group's tap out to be distributed through Arkansas's based central distribution. Okay, distributors. Okay. You want to see some more news in regards to expanding in the Walmart locations here in Florida, possibly getting into other states. That's going to be that type of press release that really drives some activity back over to SBEV. But right now, SBEV has room $3.93 to $4. Then we have that spiking high from not last week, the week before on Friday, which was $4.34, and then up towards around $5 would be our targets here on SBEV. All right, team. Anything else before we get our day going? No webcam. I'm logging out for the day, Thomas. Rebecca, when shorting to close. When shorting to close out, do you buy to cover? That is correct. And Rebecca, guess what we're doing today? Guess what our lesson is? Shorting. We're going to talk about all this for you guys today. I've seen a lot of you guys asking a lot of short questions, getting involved with shorting. So I put together a short lesson, and that's going to be our lesson for the day is shorting stocks. How to short stocks, how it works, and one of my favorite shorting strategies that's very easy to master. High reward, low risk, A+ setup, baby. When you see it, you want to attack it. When you see it, you want to attack it. Beck is excited. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Jakey Lakey's excited. Ow, let's do it. Let's be fired up, team. We got about 5 seconds to go. Let's have an awesome day. Let's make it happen. Woo! Let's keep it up. And the market is officially open. Let's go, team. Let's have some fun. Let's be patient. Let's lock in some good profits. Is SRRA shortable stock? Let's go sell short, and it is call Fidelity. Okay, so you can't short that. Not saying I was going to short it, just looking to see if it was a shortable stock with Fidelity. So just curious to see if it stays above the trend line here. And the VWAP. And maybe some of that pre-market resistance support. But right now, not looking all that great. SRRA. And we're just watching that breakout scanner. We are watching the high of the day momentum scanner. Looking to see where volume and traders go. Again, some back burners that have potential. EXTN, one of yesterday's movers, starting to pop here a little bit. BBIG out of the gate, big time push. Again, you have 310 resistance. EWAC above 65 doesn't look terrible today here on DWAC. Above 65 doesn't look all that terrible. So let's keep this one on watch above 65 here. And do not FOMO into trades. Do not chase stocks. BBIG just moved 25 cents to the upside, out pulling back. And it ripped 25 cents into a level of resistance. So that's two, right? Number one, it's at resistance. We're not buying it. Number two, when a stock moves more than 25 cents without pulling back, we do not touch it. Okay, BBIG, we're watching, we're waiting. Is it going to set up? We shall see. So on DWAC, where is a good level of support for this stock? Now, I'm going to say right around 294. You had some pre-market support yesterday. We had some resistance. We broke in post-market. It came down and bounced a few times at 294. And then it was resistance once again. So right now, the best support, if we do not break this 310 here on BBIG, we have room back down 294. Let's see if BBIG is strong. Let's see if this stock is going to break and hold these levels of resistance. So where's some support here over on SRRA? Right around that 2250, we bounced. A little bit of resistance in pre-market and some support as well. So right now, 2250 support, light support there on SRRA. It could be setting up for a little bit of a red to green move, guys, right? Could be a little bit of a red to green move, but I don't trust it. I'm not trusting of these penny stocks right now, okay? Again, a lot of these top gaining penny stocks fade and fall, and they're very, very choppy. How's that? Okay, BBIG, fantastic. We are finally above that 310, right? Nice volume break, nice clean close. BBIG showing that buyers are here. Buyers are in control. So now support is old resistance. Old resistance 310, new support here on BBIG. Next, 325. And then we have some fun. Then we have a lot of good room up to 364. And then up towards around 385 here on BBIG. Number one stock to watch right now above $3.10, okay, is going to be BBIG. We need to see it hold 310, break 325. That's when we have good room next towards around 364 here on BBIG. So this is the number one penny stock right now that we are currently watching, as SRRA is, we're just kind of waiting to make sure we don't buy this and watch it dump, fade, and fall like a lot of these penny stocks have done. Right now, BBIG is the number one stock. You got the SPY holding above that 433 team for now. You got the Qs trying to do the same thing. NVIDIA, you said swinging a little bit here. Yeah, some pretty wild swings. 100%. $2 to $3 swings on NVIDIA. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Supports the 200-day moving average, 225.26. So right there, oh, I'm sorry, 221.17. So it's 221.17 is the 200 SMA, and that's going to be support here on NVIDIA. Right now, we're sitting back being patient with those larger cap stocks. Sitting back being patient. BBIG is getting some action, guys. Nexoids, did someone hack your TikTok, dude? I feel like someone may have hacked your TikTok account. Oh, you wrote it. Okay. Good to know. So DWAC is over 65. Getting a little bit of action here on DWAC. So BBIG tried to break 325. Back down below, but let's just look at our intraday level here. So again, we broke 310, came back down 311, nice bounce over 320. We had a little bit of that resistance. So I would say if you guys want to start building a position, BBIG, I still think it's a little risky. You're only 9 minutes out of the gate. Okay, I think it's a little soon, in my opinion. But if you like BBIG for a longer hold throughout today, you would want to scale in, scale out, because this could fall right back down to 310. 310 is still that best level of support. All right, and so right now we're just waiting to see how these candles hold on up around that 320. And right now we can see it's sliding on back down. So right now support is 310 here on BBIG. So let's see if we can hold support there at $3.10 there on BBIG. And if we see that support level forming, that would be a good little entry there on BBIG to possibly start a position. Right now, wait for it to pull back on down here a little bit. Wait for it to pull back down here to that 310 level here on BBIG. No entries for me at this time. I'm watching and waiting. BBIG back down around 310 is the next best level of support. I am watching DWAC off to the side. We may have a quick little cup and handle here, depending on how we hold around this $66 level. But again, I have no positions right now at this point in time. I am sitting back. I'm simply watching right now. I am just watching, looking for the best trade. There's BBIG fading on back down now. So again, no reason to touch this stock. Again, I said it's a little too early to start touching some of these stocks. BBIG, DWAC, it's just a little too early. Wait for a great setup. It doesn't matter how quick you make money, team. No one cares if you make $100 in 10 minutes. It takes you until the end of the day make $100. How much did you make? $100. That's all that matters. Sit back and wait for your trade. We could see this red to green move start playing on out here. SRRA, again, 2250 supports. 2250 support, breaking over the open. That would be a nice little red to green move. Where could we see this go to next? 25. I would play this every dollar to the upside. Every dollar is a good area be mindful of to think about scaling out and locking in profits if we are going to grab a position here on SRRA. And then TKLF, Jason, yes, it is live, and this stock got absolutely just smashed yesterday, beaten down, but it went on a nice little move into the day from $4.50 to about $7. Let's see if we can hold that halt level. 584. We do have room back up to pre-market highs, intraday highs, right there at 646. And then we have some room up towards around $6.90 here on TKLF. You can see what we call a dead cat bounce. A little bit of a dead cat bounce today here on TKLF. There's your red to green on SRRA, halted to the upside. Quick red to green move there on SRRA. Breaking that open, immediately starts squeezing to the upside. Let's see if we have a halt strategy. SRRA. That would be I would say give it about 30 to 50 cents of a gap up. So we want to see this gap up around 25.80 to 26. We can have some limit orders to get filled if we get our gap up for the wash out back down to the halt level for that next squeeze and that next move potentially to the upside here on SRRA. Yes, that was a textbook. Absolutely just beautiful red to green move there on SRRA. You got to reset your password. If you get an error, just reset your password first. That's the first thing to do anytime is reset the password. Because again, we did an update before Monday, so that could be it. If you signed up before Monday, probably what's going on. And what we can do today inside a chat team is we can break this down, SRRA, along with our lesson, right? We're going to talk about shorting. But why not take a little bit of time and talk about, red to green moves? It's been a while since we talked about red to green moves. There's two ways you can trade red to green moves. There's a risky way. There's a conservative way. And we'll go ahead and break these down inside a chat today after our shorting lesson. So ladies and gentlemen on the tube, enjoy the rest of your day. Please remember to be smart. Be smart. Trade safe. It's okay to sit on the sidelines. It's okay to sit on your hands if you don't see your opportunity. But right now, we're watching SRRA. Okay, beautiful red to green move. We're looking for the stock to gap up out of the halt, come back down towards around the halt level, which was 25.42. You could scatter in limit orders. Okay, you can have some limit orders right at the halt level, 25.50, 25.55, and maybe you get filled on all three. If it comes down below the halt level, anything lower than the halt level by like 20 cents, you cut it, you get out. You cut it, you get out, you walk away. Okay, so that's what you want to do is you want to go ahead and scatter some limit orders there, right? Give yourself, say you want to do 100 shares. Okay, you can go 25 at the halt level, 25 shares at 25.55. 25.56, right? And you just kind of scatter in those limit orders. In case you don't get filled on all of them, at least you still have an entry on the table, okay? So again, you're looking for that gap up, 30 to 50 cents, wash out to the halt level, and you're looking for an immediate bounce. Stops are right under the halt level, okay? If it cracks the halt level, it'll probably dump all the way back down to 24, okay? And you do not want to get stuck in a halt to the downside. All right. So SRRA, is the #1 stock. You are going to watch SBEV today as well above this 345. I do like SBEV. It's been a pretty consistent mover. BBIG right now, not a lot happening. Not a lot happening right now, but we still have this on watch above 3 and 305. DWAC for a break over 66.76, guys. We can break over 66.76. We have room to 71.47 there on DWAC. All right, so that's what I'm leaving you with. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be smart and trade safe and make this an amazing Tuesday. Think capital preservation. Coming into the last week of the month, you do not want to give your profits back that you worked hard for. So scale it back. Don't be as aggressive. If you're not confident, it's okay to sit on the sidelines. Remember, be smart, trade safe, remain patient, always be disciplined, wait for your setup, take those trades, lock in those profits. Until next time, good trading. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning, right around 9 o'clock, guys. So stock gapped up 10 cents, right? We said 30 to 50. 30 to 50. We want to see a decent gap up. We want to see a nice gap up. This stock did not gap up 20 to 50 cents, 30 to 50 cents. We gapped up 10, right? No bueno. That was a no-go. So right when you saw that open, if you would have got filled, you get out right away. So this thing gaps up 15 cents, right? Gaps up 15 cents. You're like, yeah, that wasn't the gap up I wanted. If you would have been filled, it stalled right there at 25.40 for a good 3 seconds. That was a good enough time to go ahead and exit that position.